Hi guys, Reynold here. I know the crowd isn't the biggest within the people that watch my channel, but from the live PvP fans, I've been getting requests for more class matches. So I did do my other videos, we're going to release that, but I wanted to make another one for those live PvP fans where I do my class matches. I do those either way, so recording them is not that much extra work. So with that said, let's go in game, I'll comment as I go, and I'm hoping for a good performance today. So far, I am at 21 wins, 4 losses, and I really need a win streak because as you can tell, I'm like bordering on the top 100, but a couple loses will kick me out of the competition. I really need to win those. So yeah, let's go in. Alright, we've got a match against Generally. That's also a name I know from the live PvP server, so I'm expecting a very tough fight. Whenever I see a name I'm aware of, it's usually tough. Mono Lightning, 3 characters, including Sylma. Now, I'm playing Sylma myself, so I know just how powerful she can be. He's starting in the corner, he's going to have Frederica, and they seem to be going for a lot of damage and a lot of speed. I need to see your vision cards. Stop moving. That's the whole challenge of trying to see vision cards during the enemy's turn. Let's see, can we get it? Okay, Black Rose, Fervent Astrologer, and that's it. Okay. Very powerful enemy team, but they do not have a way to break barriers, so that plays to our advantage. And then I didn't really look at where their first turn was. Do they have a barrier? They don't seem to have a barrier right now, so I guess that's pretty good. But Sylma's in front. I am a little bit afraid of what will happen if I move forward, but I'm still going to do that because I really need a crystal from my team. So now we have that. How much AP does she have? Okay, revitalize on Fred, so she doesn't need to move forward and grab a crystal. That's pretty good. It's probably the best move for them. Then she has 1100 magic, which is pretty high. Extra protection right there. Definitely. I feel very afraid of their start. Honestly, they now have more resistance on everybody. Let's see, almost very resistant to slash, magic, and missile, but weak to piercing, so we've got that going for us. The 9S has 66 defense, 21 spirit, and he's pretty resistant to a lot of things, but he's weak to magic, so we have some way of dealing with him. And then, what about Frederica? When you look at all their characters, so Fred has pretty low, yeah, well, okay resistances across the board, but she is not as strong as the other guys. She's probably there a little bit more for damage support and AoE attacks, so it's not the end of the world. They are going to use barrage on my guys and then potentially chain with all of them. Also, I did not notice, but their 9S is now playing again. That's very bad because they might just be able to burst me down with a chain. Okay, seems like Fred was not in range. That's pretty good because I did not expect their 9S to suddenly be faster than mine. It's probably due to the difference in the fact that they kept their units together, so they benefit from a higher unit affinity. Now, they're checking the damage with Sylma, but she will probably only do 3.5k with a jamming thrust right now, since we have the Masheries barrier. And that's probably a major advantage on my side. I have barriers and they don't, so I can probably one-shot Fred, and I'll just deal a lot more damage overall. So that plays to our advantage. Now, Sylma skipped a turn, but everybody still plays before her. If I move 3 squares forward with my Sylma, I'm 6 squares away, which means I'm 1 square off from a jamming thrust. With knowing this would happen, I would have used nimble movement, but obviously you don't know. Okay, they do have small practice, so now 2 of them have barriers, but for some reason, because of the way they acted, they don't have a barrier on Frederica. I don't think I can leverage that though. Let's see if I can. I cannot. So no way for me to reach Fred, but I can deal some pretty serious damage to the enemy Sylma, and perhaps to more than one of them. Nope. What do I want to do? What do I choose to do? I choose to stay here and buff. Let's do that. There is no reason to put myself in more danger than necessary. So I'll just buff and grab another crystal and give him the initiative. I feel like if I go to hit him right now, he'll chain me with his entire team. And then I might be in a lot of trouble. But as long as I move in a safer position, I will probably be safe. So from that point, I'll just use Fleet of Foot. And now since 9S is forward, they could go in with everybody and try to hit us. So what are we going to do? Well, we'll move forward a little bit. That way we're not in a too dangerous position, but we did advance a little bit. Then my Sylma needs to do something. If I move forward, again, if I move just one square forward, their Sylma will be able to hit mine. I'll just use nimble movement and not move. That feels like a fairly safe thing to do. Now, they could go for the jamming thrust, but not on my Sylma. Again, we have one square too far for her. But they could jamming thrust our 9S and then chain with their 9S. Only 2400. Not as much damage as I would have thought, especially since we can now hit her with all our characters. Let's see the kind of chain they build, though. So they're going to hit with Fred and then with 9S, but they could, I guess, armor piercer me to finish me off. That would be pretty bad. But then I would be in range to hit them all with to be, so it still feels like a pretty risky move for them. Okay, seeing the 2-hit lightning chain, another hit will definitely kill me. So let's see what happens. Jamming thrust doesn't do much. Oh, I'm not even killing Fred. That is not what I expected. I thought I would kill her for sure. Still though, I'll do that. I still think that's the best move to do. Yeah, I need to do that. Oh, got the crit, killed her. That is lucky. It is not what I expected, but hey, I won't complain. Now, they can definitely kill my 9S, and then I'll have a turn with to be to try to turn things around. I might not win that, I don't know. It doesn't feel that good to me. Is he going for my Sylma? That would be very interesting, because I feel like he tried to stun her, but I feel like if he could have killed 9S, which I'm not sure, maybe he could not, but if he could, he definitely needed to do that. Now I'll have an opportunity to finally hit Sylma, and I will kill her before she gets a turn. Okay, none of my moves are very damaging, so I'll just use hacking and reduce her offensive, just in case for some reason she's able to survive. But I definitely don't think she will be, because to be will rush to her and then finish her with a high damage attack. And we know Sylma's weak to piercing, so let's just do that. Especially since my to be has the absorb plus, so I need to use the highest damage ability to hit them. Now my 9S plays before their 9S, so I've got two ways. I could try to deal as much damage with jamming thrust, or I could build a piercing lightning chain on him and then reduce his spirit, so that if he doesn't kill Sylma in his next turn, he'll be very weak to her, but also my next attack is going to deal pretty serious damage to him. Okay, I thought it would, but it looks like I was wrong and I'm actually not doing anything. So now that I see this, it wasn't a good decision, but I did not know that. So we'll just cap on the chain. Now we've broken all three barriers, so there's that, but his 9S is still looking pretty healthy. What makes him that tanky? Let's see. Good piercing resistance. 51 defense, but now minus 26 spirit, so I think he has to go for my Sylma if he wants to win. And that's what he does. So he did the right move, but he only has 19 AP to work with now. So it will be fairly, I want to say fairly easy, but that's never true. It will be possible for me to take him out in the following turns. Let's check all my damage. None of them feels much better than the others. So I'll just go for the ability that decreases his attack, because I need him to be as weak as possible. Then I'll pick up the remaining crystal, because that's probably what he wants to go for. Hacking doesn't seem too bad. What else do I have? Just linear spear shot, which deals a lot less. So we'll hack him. Bingo. And then he needs to run away from our two guys if he wants to live. But our 9S is very fast, and he doesn't have any AP to use any high impact ability. So I don't think there's a way for him to do much. He does not even have enough AP, I think, for AP drain, which might have been the move. Stunblade, he's going out with a blast, trying to take our guys out, but we end up winning that fight. Oh, perfect evade. Okay, I thought that would end it, but I guess not. We'll have to finish him off with our own 9S. So let's see. Let's return the Stunblade and finish that. There we go. So 1 game, 1 win so far today. Let's move on to the next. Alright, our opponent this time is another live PvP, very well-known live PvP player, Daniel Boone. I am now sweating very much and a little bit afraid. He's the guy running the live PvP Discord server, which if you're a fan of live PvP, you definitely should join. But let's see how my team fares against him. He's using Xiza, and then King Mont and Phoebe, so he will go very fast. 2 of his characters are already faster than mine before haste. They have lots of offense, some magic resistance, and slash attack. And then accuracy up. Yep, his team is gonna hurt pretty hard. And then he has the ability from Phoebe to make them even faster. He also uses Knight's Blessing, so everybody's got a barrier, and he's rushing forward early. That's interesting. I love a player that's not afraid of going in. And I'm actually not familiar with my own resistance to striking attacks on my team. Am I weak to that? Am I strong to that? I'll have to check. I don't know. Fleet of Foot on King Mont, very interesting. So he can reach the crystal now if he wants to on his very first turn. Now I have to use Knight's Blessing here because it's my best way of staying alive. And if they all go for me, how much damage can I expect? I think I need to go grab a crystal. It feels necessary, but what's my own strike resist? It is neutral, so I should be able to survive at least 1 attack from the enemy Xiza. Let's go ahead and grab that and see how they follow up. That was probably a mistake, because Xiza can now get here and charm me. So I feel like I just screwed up. I should not have put Ninus there. I should have put To Be, because she can resist the charm. She is charm resistant. So that was a pretty huge misplay for me, because now if I do anything with Sylma, Sylma will act, see if I move there. Okay, Sylma will play again before 9S plays, but if I cast anything, she will not. So because of my mistake, I am forced to just wait here, and if they land the charm, I will poke 9S and give him a turn. If they don't land the charm, then I will be fine. But the other mistake is Sylma can now be disabled by King Mont. So if they land both status effects, I just lose the game. And that's pretty bad, but I had to get Sylma there. Okay, so they went for the damage and not for the cheese. That's pretty good, because I don't think King Mont will have enough damage to kill my 9S. He is not such a high damage character. Xiza is weak to magic, so we might be able to take her out in 1 hit, but probably not through Mashari's TMR. So he's looking at his options, but I'm pretty sure he'll go for the disable on Sylma. That's definitely the move I would use if I was him. Nope, Katon. He almost takes 9S out. I feel like that was way more damage than I've ever seen from those guys. But let's see. Jamming Thrust deals a lot of damage to the enemy. Yeah, but only 66% chance to land, and then 64 on her. His team is pretty evadey, and that does not feel good for me. So I'll go for Phoebe, who I'm sure I can hit. Is that a very high impact move? Probably not. Should I have done that? I'm not sure, but I felt like I had to. Now, Xiza's pretty low on AP, and so is King Mont, so unless she can take me out with Shadow Flare, which is probably what she's looking to do, I will have another turn on 9S where he might actually survive, or they'll have to use their remaining AP to take me out. But I definitely want to grab the 2 crystals. Let's see what I can do here. Armor Piercer is going to hit the 2 of them, and then I can follow with an AoE attack from to B. So that's what I'll use. I'm also getting a crystal, which heals back my team. I'm not sure what... yeah, I'm definitely wondering what their other character is casting. Now that's very bad, because Xiza survives. I need to kill Xiza. Can I do that? Not even with this ability. Can I get closer and kill her? No. Yeah, very, very bad. I was expecting to be able to kill her here, but I'll use this and hope for a confusion. Okay, I was lucky. If I somehow win this fight, I have to say that there was some RNG involved. I did not deserve that kill. And then she breaks one of the barriers on King Mont, and then he has to wonder, do I want to break my own confused unit, or am I willing to keep not using my Xiza for a couple turns? And then he probably wants to build up some AP and use his limit break to berserk my units. But if he goes for that play, I can either AP drain him with 9S, or just give myself berserk immunity for a couple turns with to B. So I'll have to see which of those options is the good one. Again, his Phoebe could go for the Shadow Flare and take away some of my, like take out the remaining HP from 9S. I'm afraid that she might do that because I kind of need him to use his AP break there. But maybe he can't land it or can't deal 600 damage. I'm not sure how strong. Well, she has 950 magic. I'm pretty sure she can kill 9S if she lands a Shadow Flare. Yep, that's what she chooses to do. On top of that, not only will this kill 9S, but it also takes out his Xiza, so it's a loss for a win. Now, I need to position my Sylma close to B. They will get AoE'd, but I have the advantage that I will be able to give them both Berserk immunity, which is very, very important. 88% chance to hit. I am lucky enough that it hits, so that's very good for me. Now remember, RNG is on my side for this fight, because I've already benefited from one pretty good effect. Now this is good. I thought I would have to play it more careful, but it seems like I just deal enough damage to take him out. At that point, is there a way for Phoebe to win the fight? I don't think so. I don't know, like, she can do some damage, but Phoebe is mainly there to make their team quicker and then support them with some finishers. She is a low-cost unit, and since they're using King Mont at a 100 cost, they have to use a lower rarity unit, which is what they went for. She's charging what is probably a meteor on one of my guys, or I guess a haste on herself, but that would surprise me quite a bit. Now, Sylma gets a turn, which means I can just interrupt their spell with a jamming thrust, and that's what I'll choose to do. Unless I struggle with elevation, but yeah, there is a way for me to get there, so there we go. No crit, so no kill. But my 2B's got some pretty good mobility, so can she hit? Yes, she can. So we have managed to defeat them. Not in small part due to the confusion landing, so honestly, RNG played a big part in this victory. Alright, so unfortunately, I lost the recording for my third game. There was some bugs in between, which made it a little bit less interesting. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. We did win, though. It was against a mono water team, so that played to our advantage, and they didn't really stand a fighting chance. So we're going into the fourth match, and crossing our fingers for other good matches, and hopefully some more wins. Now with this right now, I am scoring rather well in this season. The way these games go, it's kind of impossible for me to go into the top 10 or like the really high ranking, because these are for players that basically don't drop a match. Like, they have such a stable strategy and perhaps some luck in their matchmaking, which means that they keep having a super high win streak and get a lot of points. My biggest win streak has been like 7 or so games this season, so I struggle with that. Interesting, my enemy does not run an EX unit. That might play to my advantage, but they're also magic-based, and I'm not strong against magic. And then there is always the charm threat from Viktora. That is a very real threat for us. So let's see how we can fight that. We use our barrier. Now she can reach there. She is not in range to do anything scary on her first turn. Let's see. This guy is very fast, and he's going to hit very hard as well with 1100 magic. But I don't think he can one-shot me. So I'll move in range, and I'll give him the opportunity to attack me once if he wants to. Then we've got Sakura, 800 magic, so she's a lot weaker, surprisingly, than Garvall is. Let's see what she chooses to do. She's probably going to buff the lightning resistance, I would think, of everybody in their team. That would definitely be a high impact move for them. Now, if I get there with Phoebe, I'll have the crystal, but I might not be in range to help 9S, so it's a risky move to use, because if Garvall goes for jamming thrusts, he'll be able to hit 9S, and I will not be able to help him. What do I want to do with her? I can either increase the defense on 9S, or increase my own mobility, but I don't need the defense, so I'll go for mobility. And then I'm staying 3 squares behind 9S so that we are not in range for a detonation blast. That means Garvall can only hit one of us. And now, seems like Sakura is going to get another turn before our team. Definitely very, very bad. I cannot afford that. On top of the haste, oh. They have a very scary setup. I thought it was safe for me to advance, but now it looks like they're going to possibly kill 9S before his next turn. Let's see if Garvall moving out of the of being next to Sakura means she'll act a little bit slower, or if she will actually be able to they'll be able to hit him repeatedly and possibly take him out. She's got one thing. She's also going to be pretty tanky, Viktora, against 2B. And if they kill Garvall, I'm gonna struggle with killing them. I do like that Sakura went for mobility, though. That means it's going to be a lot tougher for them to resist my attacks. I thought they would go for lightning resistance or something like that to increase their survivability. But so far, no barriers on their team against magic, and only one physical barrier on Garvall. He's checking his damage, but I'm guessing he doesn't have enough for his liking because he's not going for the attack. Did he willingly end his turn, or did he skip it? Oh, I'm very sorry. I should not have dodged that. It's reflex. It feels too strong to me, because you can't really plan around it. Now they've used their one and only charm ability, and I dodged it because of a 15% proc chance. While I am thankful for the win, it feels a little bit cheap to win thanks to luck like this. I'm not saying they would have won the fight if they got that, but it definitely would have helped them. So what do I want to do now? From this position, I think I can only hit Garvall. No, I can hit just one of them? Somehow? Well, you know what? I am fine with just hitting Sakura here, because it's giving me a crystal, which feels pretty good. So let's do that. Sakura is now half dead. What can Phoebe do? Now, I did increase her mobility, so she can get all the way there. But she can't really do much from there, so that's not very good. And if I go there, I can only hit Garvall, which doesn't feel like it's going to be very impactful. What happens if I go for her? Can I kill her? No, I cannot. But if I go there, I'll be in detonation blast range, which I want to avoid. So instead, I'll just use the Yorha Annihilation Dance on Garvall. I feel like this guy is their main carry. And if I can take either him or the Sakura out, I will win. Now, can I cast Thundara before their turn? I don't think so. Garvall will play before. So, yeah, Garvall has a lot more magic than Sakura does. Let's just go for him. Take him out, and then Sakura will be able to do one massive attack on our team, but they lost the charm chance. I'm not expecting Viktora to one-shot anyone, and Sakura has a lot less magic than Garvall did. Like, it's 800 something versus almost 1200. So I'm taking out the highest threat here first. Snipe Dagger does not land the confusion, so lucky us again. Definitely feeling a bit sorry for for that player getting the bad RNG. It is something that happens though. You do win and lose some games to RNG. It's part of the game, so we have to deal with it when it happens. But yeah, I prefer winning due to my good plays than winning due to this. So Shifting Strike, we're dealing some damage to her, and then Sylma will be able to just finish her off with a... No, not Resistance Break, that doesn't do enough, but Jamming Thrust does. Here we go. It was a bit dumb to use Shifting Strike, by the way, because she could have Dragoon Bladed back and healed back, but I guess it didn't matter in the end. So we're going into our final match for today. So far, we are doing pretty good. But let's see if we can keep the streak going or not. Yeah, so far there's been 5 days. This is the... Yeah, I think so. We're fighting H. He's Diamond 2, but he's also running Magic, so not a great matchup for us. Let's see who he has with Sakura. I'm hoping not Yuna, but she's here. So Yuna, Sakura, Engelbert. They begin in the corner. Interesting. Not a play I've seen before with Engelbert. She has 1500 magic. If there is a reason to cry in the game, it's seeing an enemy with 1500 magic. That is such a high amount. Let's see how we can fight them though. They have probably Bahamut and Solidus. I want to see her. Yeah, Bahamut, Odin, and Truso. Interesting. She's not that tanky actually. And then, okay, I need to move. Otherwise I'll time out, and we do not want to see that happen. Okay, now I guess I'll use Iron Body Stance just for the extra max HP for now. It's not that good, but I don't want to use Fleet of Foot too early because I'll need it when we're fighting. So what does she have? Magical attack resists piercing rate. Okay, so they don't have Mashari's TMR or any kind of barrier for now. This guy, 62 defense, probably very high resistances. Meh, okay resistances only. So really the biggest threat right now seems to be Yuna. If they give me enough turns, I will give Spirit Up to my guys and potentially fight them, but let's see. She has 1000 magic. That's pretty impressive. Now against them, I don't care as much about the fast cast, so I guess I'll go for the nimble movement right away. I can also use the magic barrier, but it probably won't matter that much. They do use the lightning resistance buff on their team, so that's strong. It's only a 20% buff as far as I know, but I might be mistaken. And then let's see how much attack Engelbert has. Is he a threat? No, he is not. The best he can do is break a couple barriers. 35%? That is more than I thought. I thought it was a small buff, but I guess I was mistaken. Do they all have that? Oh, 25. So I guess Engelbert had some resistance before, probably from Golem. Still though, doing 25% less damage is not good. I do not care for that. But let's see how this happens. So we're gonna move there and grab another crystal with him. Now he is good to go. They have Tirada. Are they just trying to generate more AP or something? Or were they expecting me to hit him? I'm not gonna go hit him and place myself in danger for no reason. To be able to go there for now, because Yuna cannot limit break me from there. And now, oh no, I'll do even better. I'll move there. I'll use Fleet of Foot immediately and move 1 square further. Again, cannot take the limit break from there, as far as I know. So it's a pretty safe position. And then Sylma can move quite a bit. If I go there, can I take the limit break? I can, but if they're doing that, they're not hitting anyone else. Still though, no reason to go into a unsafe position. I'll just use fast cast on myself. This time more for the cast time reduction than anything else. Why do they keep healing themselves? Do they need the AP that much? Like, they're mages, they should not care about that. Anyways, I guess I'll have to wait and see. They're probably expecting me to hit them or something. That's strange. I have trouble figuring out their plan. Saintly Wall, so he's going to be super tanky. Sure. Okay, then Yuna's moving. I feel like they should have cast their... Yeah, they definitely should have cast Nimble Movement. Kurata again. What are they doing? Is it just a healing show? Is that their plan? Keep healing? That's probably Thunder's resistance again, though, which is a good move. It's one that it makes sense for them to use it. Now, if I do that, can Sylma get in range to Jamming Thrust? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So, what's my turn order? Okay, one of them goes. Is she gonna heal? I'm hoping Sakura isn't chaining a heal, but I'm pretty sure she is, seeing his previous strategy. Nope, Thunder's Protection. Okay. And I was also pretty lucky that they did not get the, Aeon Bond. Okay, cannot get in range. Not great. What do I want to do? Do I just want to sit here and then use Resistance Field and get even further? Nope, I'll actually sit here and wait. So I get my next turn quicker. And then Sylma needs to kill Yuna. That is very important. We do. So now, the super high threat attack from Yuna is out. If Yuna had got her Aeon Bond, I might have lost the game. And that's a very high risk. But like in a couple matches, I'll repeat it, this team does not fight against Yuna very well. Okay, Eternal Pain. So they're gonna hit 2 of our guys for a 3 hits, which will break our entire Mastery TMR. Ninast almost dies from it, but then they quit. Yeah, they didn't really have a chance of winning that, to be honest. So I guess we win all 5 of our matches today. So with this, I would say our games today went pretty well. We ended up winning all of them and moving to the 47th position. I don't think I'll keep it, but I've never made it in the top 50 at the end of a class match season yet. So it is my goal for this season. I would be really glad to hit it. Let's take a look at the rankings for fun. So the top points has 1740, and there are 3 of these guys that probably haven't lost a match. My own points are 1369, so even if I were to win all my matches until the end, I don't think there's a way for me to catch up. So we know that's out of the question, but can we get somewhat high? I'm really hoping that we can. With only 100 more points, I'm in the top 16 or so. So there are ways to get all the way there. And then are there names that we haven't fought yet that are in there? Definitely. I'm sure I'll see a lot of the names that we've fought. Yeah, that's really fun to see. Luca is one of my losses in this class match season. They have a really solid team. And then seems like Zenith, also a player I know that's a very, very good player. Yeah, there are a few of them. Anyways, I won't go through the whole list, but I will say thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. And then if you haven't subbed to my channel and you've come all this way, please sub. It really helps. So that's it, guys. Thanks again.